Namaste and Siddhi Pranam. Welcome to your today's topic, which is planning for conception. We'll explore the importance of planning for conception and also some of the factors that might influence conception, even beyond the fact that there is a fertile health or reproductive health is well balanced for both the men and the women, but still, if we fail at planning for conception, then there still can be delays in conception. So let's dive into understanding the importance of conception first. So during the conception, a woman embraces the profound responsibility of welcoming a new soul into her body, nurturing it and giving it the gift of life. So it's really a unique and special experience that should be approached with a sense of joy and anticipation. Conception usually involves consideration of physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual dimension. Really integrating all these dimensions is so crucial because conception is very, very holistic in nature as a process in itself. So first, let's see it from an angle of holistic well-being. And inside of that, the physical aspect of it. So the physical health of both partners is really crucial during the conception. And a balanced and nutrition diet, regular exercise, and overall well-being contributes to healthy environment for a developing body. Now, coming on to mental and emotional aspect of it. A very positive mental and emotional state is very important and equally important in order to create a best of the environment for conception. Hence, managing stress, cultivating a positive mindset, and fostering emotional well-being create a very harmonious space for the unborn soul. Seeing it from a spiritual perspective, so recognizing our spiritual nature, understanding that we are spiritual beings, having a human experience, adds the depth to that conception process. And it involves connecting with the soul that is destined to join the journey of life with the couple. Inside of the importance, let's see the importance of creating a positive space. So coming on to the spiritual connection. So both partners can really practice yoga and other holistic meditative techniques or positive affirmations. There are many ways to create that spiritual connection between themselves and to create that positive space for the incoming soul. And yoga as a whole and yogic lifestyle and the physical postures also can contribute to the spiritual essence also and creating a bond between the couple and contribute to a very serene and welcoming environment inside the womb and energetically inside the couple's space to invite new life in the womb. Now, thoughts and feelings. So really acknowledging that the soul might choose its parents well in advance, maintaining positive thoughts and feelings becomes significant here. And it's about creating an atmosphere of love, warmth, and acceptance, and really inviting the right soul, whoever is willing to come and join the journey and creating that environment of welcome and acceptance for the soul that we deserve as a child, coming and welcoming that soul into the space. Now, understanding the importance of the auspicious time. So conception is really considered as an auspicious time in various religions also. And embracing this belief can infuse the process with reverence and a sense of sacredness within. What further can contribute in enhancing the importance of conception among the couple is a very disciplined routine. If they choose to follow a holistic routine or a disciplined routine, that can really extend its benefit beyond the physical aspects or to mental and really support the mental, emotional, as well as the spiritual health. So eating right, thinking positively, feeling good collectively can contribute to a very conducive environment for conception. We can also incorporate spiritual practices like chanting Om and other mantras that can radiate positive energies. And these practices not only enhance the spiritual connection, but also contributes to the overall well-being. Now, creating positive vibrations in the environment. So, when we are willing to and creating an intention of having positive vibrations around us, we are creating harmony with our spiritual aspects as individual and as a couple. So to maximize the harmony with spiritual aspects, both partners can adopt practices that resonate with their beliefs, and this could include meditation or doing meditation together, or prayers, or some other rituals that promotes a positive environment and atmosphere for the baby, for the upcoming baby. Now, resonating with the vibration of the soul. So believing that the soul selects its parents, and really knowing that the right vibratory match is there available for us as parents. As a child, the child is going to choose the vibratory match for the parents the child is going to choose. So as parents, we can create higher vibration for ourselves, such that the higher vibration being is able to resonate with us, and creating that positive vibrations within through our thoughts, our actions, our spiritual practices, and aligning with the idea of attracting the soul into the womb. And so in a sense, the importance of conception really extends beyond just a physical act, and we really need to see it as a holistic process that encompasses of physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual health, and it has all those dimensions to it. And when we look at it from a holistic view, we'll understand how important it is to not only just see it as a physical aspect or a physical act, but focus on so many other aspects in order to conceive well and attract the right soul to the womb. Now, working on the preconception health. So preconception health is really a cornerstone for a successful pregnancy journey. And it again encompasses of a very holistic well-being for both the individuals, both the partners as a couple. So it really serves as a bedrock for optimizing reproductive outcomes and fostering a healthy pregnancy. So fundamental to preconception health is the cultivation of healthy lifestyle habits, including a balanced diet, essential nutrients, regular exercise, weight management, especially for the women, and it's really equally crucial to avoid harmful substances such as tobacco, alcohol, drugs, etc., which can compromise fertility as well as fetal development, as well as it's a great compromise on the positive environment that the couple is trying to create in order to welcome a beautiful being in their life. So also prioritizing on their mental and emotional health at that time, alongside other lifestyle modification, can be really helpful. And also emphasizing on the importance of stress management inside the house, among themselves, between themselves, sharing load whenever required, and seeking outside support in order to reduce their stress as a couple. That also can really contribute to the process. Additionally, they can also take proactive measures or medical checkups and screenings or genital testings for identifying any potential health risk before conception occurs. If they wish to consult a doctor, this can be a good time to see if they have any issues or underlying medical conditions that can either impact conception or impact pregnancy in any manner. Also, mitigating the exposure to environmental and occupational hazards further safeguards the health of both the parents and also future offspring. So, being open, having open communication with partners, among the partners, and discussing those factors that are impacting their overall health between themselves, and also external factor that might be impacting their well-being, can be a great idea in order to plan and prepare for the conception. Now, by really embracing these factors, the couple can lay a very solid foundation for a healthy and fulfilling pregnancy experience. And in addition to these essential aspects of preconception health, it's really crucial to acknowledge the profound changes a woman's body undergoes in the preparation of the pregnancy also. So these changes can encompass hormonal fluctuation impacting the mood, and other emotional and physical alteration can also occur even prior to conception in the body of the mother. So embracing these changes positively and flowing with them as they arise can cultivate a healthy lifestyle and really embrace the journey of becoming parents. A sattvic lifestyle can also be a great contribution here, and they can work on detoxing their body and revitalize their energy as a couple, and they can use practices like yoga or specific asanas that promotes reproductive health. They can also use mindful breathing with ujjayi pranayama, which is very, very helpful in this process. And they can together work on their weight management as well as overall health through yoga practices or other exercises that can enhance their immune system and foster overall well-being. They can also choose to do certain meditation practices together, visualization practices together, that will create that welcoming environment for the baby, and also simultaneously work on their managing their emotional well-being as well as stress level, and also create more coherence, more resonance between the couple, and sense of bond will foster. Now they can, if they have opportunity, they can work with yoga teachers or by themselves in harmonizing their energies also. That the way they can do is the best way to follow is a yogic path where we harmonize our 7 centers or the chakras or our energy channels, which in yogic terms is called nadis. So the chakra balancing practices and nadi practices are a great yogic tool to use prior to conception in order to revitalize the energy system in the body of both the parents, and that can be greatly beneficial for creating a very beautiful environment for the upcoming baby. And by embracing this overall yogic lifestyles, couple can maximize their potential in terms of their energy, their overall well-being, and also this will continue to contribute. All these practices that they take on in this period can continue to contribute later in their life during pregnancy and afterward as well. Now, focusing on preconception screening. So there are, as we were talking about the chakras, so there are 7 main chakras or energy centers, as we discuss in yoga and yogic traditions. And there are 3 main nadis, Ida, Pingala, and Sushumna, which are 3 main energy channels in our body, which are responsible for our overall energy and vitality. So it's really it is of utmost importance to keep them well balanced. And if there are any imbalances in the chakras or nadis, then it can bring about a lot of physical and mental ailment, and also thereby have an impact on our immune system and can affect conception. So in order to keep them well maintained and balanced, the couples can practice, as we discussed earlier, meditation techniques and pranayamas. They can also consult practitioners who are expert in chakra balancing, and can know which chakras are imbalanced and impacting their overall energetic health, as well as impacting their physical health as would-be parents, and working on which chakra together can help them remove those blockages, energetic blockages from the chakra, or help them to move those trauma, and can make them be very, very healthy energetically, to be the best parents that they can be. So when both the partners have well balanced chakras and nadi, it really increases a good positive energy, and increases the chances of conception. Also, our traumas passes on generation to generation. So when we give birth to a new human being, we are not just giving a birth to some flesh and body. No, we are giving a birth to new set of energy system. And the way our genetics and DNA is transmitted to a new human being, similarly our energy references and our energy reflections are also transmitted to the new being. So if we as individuals carry certain traumas, and the expression of those traumas, maybe it happened in this lifetime, or it is generational trauma that we are carrying, that has a reflection in our auric space or energetic space. And when a new human being is formed and birthed, that expression or genetic trauma is transferred to that new human being. So it's a great idea for the couple to really do that inner work in advance and be able to work on their trauma and energetic blockages as much as possible. So the more they are clear-headed, the more their energy is detoxified and is cleaned and clear, the better it will be for the child, and less burden that child would be, and in terms of facing those kind of emotional troubles that their parent must have gone through in their life, that may not be transmitted further to the child, and child might have a much better chances of flourishing, thriving in the life. So that is why preconception screening from so many angles can be a great idea. Now, preconception screening, this was from energetic and spiritual angle, but if required, then preconception screening can be done medically also if there are major medical issues, underlying issues, or if the couple is facing too many troubles. We'll talk about that later, but for now, this was designed to let you know and understand the energetic importance of, or energetic screening that couple can practice prior to conception. Now, from a physical standpoint, understanding and identifying fertile days can be a great idea and can reduce a lot of stress on the couples to when to conceive, how to conceive, what factors to consider, etc., etc. So for the couples who are endeavoring to conceive, understanding the concept of fertile days is very crucial and important. So the fertile window typically spans a few days within the woman's menstrual cycle, and it represents the opportunity for the time of conception. So central to this window of ovulation is like a very crucial moment when the egg is released from the ovary, and it signals the peak of fertility in the woman's body. So to pinpoint these crucial days is very important, and then couple can often employ various methods of tracking and monitoring this, and this might include keeping check on the menstrual cycle and observing the changes in the basal body temperature, BBT. We'll discuss the methods in detail in the next slide, but just to give you an overview here. So this additionally, they can use methods like cervical mucus consistency, checking that, and then offering that offers a further insight into the fertility status in the women. So ovulation predictor kits also can really be helpful, and they also serve as a very valuable tool in detecting the surge of the LH hormone that precedes ovulation. So by combining multiple approaches, couples can refine their understanding and identification of fertile days and really enhance their chances of conception. Now, the timings of intercourse. So if we notice, our body has a very natural rhythm given by the nature, and at a different time, our body reacts differently. So Brahma Muhurat, which is really considered as a very auspicious time in the Vedic culture, which is around 4:30 a.m. to 5:45 a.m. This is like a time right before the sunrise, an hour right before the sunrise. So this time may vary from country to country, but the idea is that in the Brahma Muhurat, the energies on the planet are being revitalized right before the sunrise, and the oxygen also revitalizes itself. Sort of a detoxification happens in the environment, both energetically and environmentally, and even our mind is more clearer and clutter-free during this hour. So it's really considered very auspicious and is believed to have a very positive impact on our body. So both partners can learn the natural flow and change in the energy of their body during this time. And when this energy is very strong and positive, they can plan to intercourse at that time, as it will be having a very positive and strong chances of conception. Now, there is commonly known method, it's called fertility awareness method, that can help them identify menstrual cycle by observing the cervical mucus or the body temperature, or observing the cycles of the day. So fertility also depends on one's thought process, as negative process reduces the prana within the body, and the positive brings more chances of high energy and thus more chances of conception. So here, the fertility awareness method can be used as a very natural approach of understanding the woman's body cycle and identifying that fertile as well as the infertile phases. So by tracking various fertility signs, women can effectively manage their reproductive health and achieve pregnancy, or even use it as a contraception. So if they are not ready to be pregnant yet, they can know that, okay, they are infertile during certain days, and which acts as a natural contraception, and they need not use any contraceptive pills or induce any further chemicals into their body in order to act like a contraception. So if the women really understand those hormonal changes that and different phases of menstrual cycle that governs their fertility, and the role of different hormones, that can be really helpful in her journey to conceive well in time. Now, the signs that one can use in order to know when they are most fertile is, first of all, they can do basal body temperature check, and which is called BBT. So usually BBT refers to the body's lowest resting temperature, which rises after ovulation. So by measuring and charting BBT daily, one can identify the pattern and predict ovulation. Also, they can check, next method is to check the cervical mucus observation. So observing the cervical mucus that changes throughout the menstrual cycle, and by observing and recording the characteristics of cervical mucus such as color and consistency and amount, one can really determine whether when they are fertile or infertile phase. Cervical position and texture also undergoes changes in position and texture. There is a sense of openness when they are ovulating. My apology. So the sense of openness is there when they're having a menstrual cycle, but a sense of lubrication is there actually when they are ovulating. So when the women understands these differences between when ovulation and menstrual cycle is about to happen, usually they are very part and parcel of their life, but sometimes a lot of women don't give attention to it. So by just understanding the meaning of it and what it really means, it can really help them identify that fertile status in their body. They can also use, certain kits like ovulation predictor kits that can detect the surge of LH hormone in the urine, and that can help them predict the fertile window. Now, what can be done is that they can actually even combine all these methods like checking the basal body temperature, or checking the cervical mucus, and then LH hormone surge, and all of this combined can indicate that they are ovulating. And identifying the peak fertility window can really also help in greatly increasing the chances of conception. So additional to these things, what can be considered is that if they are on certain medications, or they are going through huge amount of stress due to lifestyle factors or any events that are happening in their life, that can impact their menstrual cycle as well as their fertility awareness. So understanding these influences and managing them well can also contribute to accurate tracking and not really miss the fertile window. And really having a great level of communication with the partner, and both the partners being aligned and involved in the process, is really crucial for successful conception. So if both the partners are aligned and are in alignment of when to have the intercourse, or when is the right time for them to intimate, all of that can really be contributive to this process after they have understood and found the fertile window. Then that's when they can act very well and together work towards the healthy conception of this. There are also if they are unable to do that themselves, there are also professional guides available who can help them optimize this and understand their fertility a bit more, or recognize the fertile windows. Now let's understand the importance of optimizing the sperm health for the male partner. So optimizing sperm health is a very critical aspect for the couples seeking to conceive or enhance their reproductive well-being. So the quality of sperm is very paramount in the process of conception. Even with perfect, adherence to so many, let's say, if a man is having a very good lifestyle, but still there are chances that at times the health of the sperm can be poor and might hinder a successful fertilization. So to improve the sperm health, there are various measures that can be taken, and that might include regular exercise, balanced diet, proper weight management for the male, and avoiding any harmful substances like alcohol, tobacco, recreation drugs, as well, which are imperative to, adversely affecting the sperm health. So I don't remember the number, but I was reading certain article that someone who smokes reduces their sperm health by 25 to 30%. So the sperm quality of a smoker versus a non-smoker has a huge difference. So just to give you an idea, how even if someone is quite healthy looking and having a balanced diet, doing exercise, but just adding on to harmful substance like smoking can have a huge impact on their sperm health. So apart from these factors, sometimes stress also has a great role to play in reducing, their sperm health. So managing stress level through any kind of stress reduction techniques and ensuring adequate sleep is also essential for hormonal balance and overall well-being of the male partner also, that will positively impact the sperm health. And it's also really crucial to protect against heat exposure by avoiding too hot baths or tight underwears or excessive use of laptop or cell phones, or that can impact negatively to the sperm production. Further, if managing any chronic medical condition is required, in case a male partner has some underlying medical condition, then they might require to consult a professional at this stage. Otherwise, just having regular sexual activity is also encouraged, as it really helps maintaining the sperm health quality. Now, nutrition also plays a very crucial role in sperm health. So having a balanced diet rich in fruits, vegetables, grains, lean proteins, healthy fats, and other nutrients like zinc, folate, selenium, vitamin C and E, omega-3 fatty acids. All these are great contributor to the sperm health as well as overall health. So foods like, if someone is non-vegetarian, then eggs and oysters are quite rich in some of these nutrients. And leafy greens, citrus fruits, nuts, seeds, otherwise also are super great and contributes to overall health as well as the sperm health. And seeds, nuts, leafy greens are particularly beneficial for the sperm health. Some antioxidants that are found in abundance of these foods and certain other foods can really also help the men to combat any oxidative stress the body might be going through and also improve the sperm quality. Environmental factor can also play a significant role, where if the man is exposed to a lot of toxin for some reason, or chemicals that pollutes the environment, or pollutants in some manner, or sometimes men work at a workplace which might have potentially dangerous exposure to chemicals or pollutants that might be impacting their sperm health. So minimizing the exposure to such kind of toxins and ensuring access to clean water and air can also be really, really good for the overall reproductive health for the male partner. And if required, if they have serious concern to the sperm health and sperm quality, and if the couple is not able to conceive within the 12 months of trying for conception, if the female partner is below 35 years old, then they can consult the professional. If the female partner is like above 35 years old and they are trying to conceive and that's not happening, then they should ideally approach the doctor within 6 months of trying for conception. Now, managing stress and anxiety also plays a great role in conception. And as stress and anxiety have become a very common problem in society nowadays. So especially couples who are planning for a child sometimes get very anxious and take a lot of stress on conception. So this also ultimately impacts their immune health, and conception gets more difficult. So really both partner should practice certain stress reduction practices, or they can together practice yoga asanas that can help them work on their reproductive health together, and also create a resonating and alignment within themselves, deepening their bond as partner and creating the right environment for the baby. For the stress reduction specifically, if they are willing to use partner yoga practices, and that also contributes very well in this process, and specifically using Nadi Shodha Pranayama, Brahmari or Sikli Pranayama has great result in order to reduce and manage the stress effectively. And if they practice this together, they will be able to face a lot of challenges during this period and even during the pregnancy in way more efficient way than when they are managing their stress individually. Yoga Nidra is also great practice in order to induce good sleep, and sleep has a very, very important role to play in the reproductive health and our overall well-being. So if they don't wake up fresh every day, their body will not be at an effective energy level, or the body temperature levels mostly to be ripe enough or have a great environment for conception. So opting for yogic lifestyle and way to lead a yogic life can also be really helpful in this journey. So when it comes to food, we are what we eat and we are what we think. So a yogic lifestyle emphasizes on our overall well-being and give us food for good thoughts and create a very encouraging environment where we can dispel negativity and kind of beat our evolutionary nature. So by evolutionary nature, I mean, when we were developing into it, like as maybe a few million years ago, our mind was there constantly to looking for cues to threat, like whatever was a threat to our survival, that's what mind would grasp first in order to survive. So that's how evolved, as in from an evolutionary point of view, we are designed to view for negative first. So what that does to us in a modern day and age, where there are so many threats to our life anymore, it still compels us to think negatively and keep assessing threat in our environment. And yoga becomes a great tool to not all the time look for the worst in our lives, but also gives a very beautiful place and environment to nurture what is positive and look for positive and enhance positivity within our mind and being. So when we also change our food and opt for foods that are in resonance with a yogic lifestyle, the foods that are sattvic in nature, like pure and light, mostly vegetarian, and that has a balanced nutrition, and that includes all kinds of vitamins, minerals, balance of best of proteins and carbohydrates, and we also at the same time hydrate well. That all combinedly benefits to our overall health. And when we are willing to let go of caffeine, alcohol, cigarette, as that all of this which really impacts the conception, that also can really impact our reproductive health. And for the couple, that is a great tool to begin with, and it's a great step to to begin to prepare for conception. Also, they should also assess if at any point in time any kind of supplementation is required, and these days they make great vegan supplements because due to the changes in the environment which are occurring so rapidly, the nutrient quality have also gone down in the food due to so many different factors. So whenever required, they can also supplement to their food in order to keep their health and well-being adequate for the healthy conception. Along with these things, the principle of ahimsa, which is non-violence, and maintaining a balanced routine, which is dincharya from a yogic point of view, incorporating practices like self-care, gratitude, and self-reflection can also be included as part of practicing a yogic lifestyle. And all of these combinedly have a very positive impact on the fertility and the reproductive health of the couple. And of course, practicing meditation, different asanas together that we have discussed earlier is a great contributing factor as well. Now, coming on to the role of supplements once again. So, supplements can be either nutraceuticals or Ayurvedic supplements. So looking this from an Ayurvedic standpoint, Ayurveda has always helped us in maintaining our good health, both physically and mentally. And in Ayurveda, there are certain things that are given a lot more importance, such as honey, tulsi, neem, amla, ashwagandha, and there are many more herbs that couples who are planning to conceive can include in their daily life and routine, which will help them increase their strength and vitality. And these supplements and adding these simple herbs can be a great contributor to their overall health and reproductive health as well. Now coming on to other nutrients that can be induced is, all the, if they require to supplement, then they should focus on covering their essential nutrients, especially for the women, something that has folic acid, adequate folic acid, omega-3 fatty acids, vitamin D, calcium, iodine, vitamin B12. These are the main essential supplements that women can start taking prior to conception, but their dosage will vary, of course, prior to conception and after conception. But these are the essential component or vitamin, the nutrients that needs to be focused on when the woman is trying to conceive. If there is like let's say they have lower D3 levels or lower calcium levels or lower iron levels or lower B12 levels, which are very common phenomena these days due to so many lifestyle factors, especially when women, if they have history of PCOS or they do have PCOS, then working on these nutrient deficiencies is very, very crucial in order to have adequate physical environment for conception. So preconception supplement can really provide an essential support for our reproductive health and increase the chances of healthy pregnancy also. So while having a balanced diet remains very crucial, but supplementing at the same time for folate or folic acid, omega-3 fatty acid, iron, vitamin D3, calcium, iodine, vitamin B12, all of this can be really, really helpful in their journey to conceive. Now, understanding the limitation of yoga for conception. So yoga, as we discussed, has a great role, but in conception for both for the male and the female, both the partners. But it is only when they are doing it in a good routine and under the discipline. And also, if they're going through some medical treatment, they might require to consult their doctors at the same time, especially if they're going through IVF treatments. So there can be sometimes some underlying medical conditions in which they are supposed to consult their doctors even prior to taking any yoga classes, in order to not avoid any risk of damage to their health. And some people do have issues with their reproductive organs also, and some hormonal imbalances are also present. Sometimes they are too excessively, they do have excessive weight, and that also is a problem that is creating fertility infertility in the couple at times. So all these couples might require to undergo, medically induced fertility treatments, and hence, although yoga is there and can always act as complementary to these treatments, but sometimes the medical condition is such that we cannot avoid medical intervention in the process of being able to conceive. So there are other factors that plays in order to conceive, or even while the couple is going through all that treatment, yoga still does play a great role in stress reduction at the same point in time, increasing the blood flow to the reproductive organs, etc., which we have discussed before. So all the breathing practices, pranayama practices, are also plays a very, very crucial role in overall health, as well as great role in stress reduction, especially when the couple is going through any kind of medical inducive treatment. So we have discussed this in the previous chapters also. So really understanding the fact that even though yoga has a great role to play, but in certain situations, medical interventions might be required, and at the same time, yoga still can be used as a complementary practice, which will continue to support the couple in their journey to conceive. With that, I really hope this was helpful and contributes to your understanding on conception and supporting your students in their journey to conceive and be great parents. With that, thank you and